What is up, everybody? If you don't know me, uh, my name is Jonas. I am a graphic designer that's originated from Tennessee, and I am actually this is my first podcast, so this should be interesting. We went with multiple decisions with the polls and all of that good stuff, but it came down to a tie. So instead of choosing between the two, we have decided to name it Wild Illustrator Conspiracy Podcast. And that may sound like a handful right now, but it's going to have a nice ring to it. You should see the logo. The logo actually looks really good. But, anyways, we're going to get down to business. This is the first podcast, so let's dig in, and I hope y'all enjoy. So, what we're going to be talking about today is frequencies, like different frequencies and everything like that. So, there's a conspiracy that says with different frequencies, you are able to communicate with different beings, different sources of life. And if you learn how to control these frequencies, you can control your emotions, how you feel that day, even your future predictions. Like you can actually control what your future self does, which I think is insane. Um, so that's what we're going to get down to. So I did a little reading before I got on here about let me put this right here because it's about to get serious. And yeah, there we go. All right. So, anyways, I did some reading, did some research before I got on here for the podcast, and what it was saying is, depending on like the level of your frequency, you can actually feel some type of way throughout the day. So, say if like you're feeling angry or nervous or frustrated with something, um, studies show that your frequency level is actually at a lower pitch than it actually is. But if you feel like happy, excited, joyful, and all the positive things, your frequency is at a higher pitch. So, what I'm trying to get at is depending on how you go out throughout your day, how your mindset is, how your mentality shows to be, you can actually feel good or you can feel bad. But I thought that was really cool. But here is the shocker, right? So not only you can you know depict your mood or even focus on your mood with training your different frequency of vibration, but you can also, which I think is interesting, you can also change your spiritual waves. So you know how there are like sidekicks and people who can like see things that are not there and all that stuff. So apparently that has to do with your vibrations. So your frequency of vibrations, if you can control it, or you can even manipulate the waves, you can actually communicate to things that are in different realms. Um, Studies show that psychics actually have a similar or sorry, vibration to higher beings. That's why they are able to connect with things that we can't see or we can't, understand. Um, so some sidekicks are fake. Like, don't get me wrong. Some sidekicks, they're just out there for the money. They're like, yeah, these are some suckers. I'm gonna get them. But most of them, especially the ones that you didn't tell a damn thing about your life, and they're like, oh, uh, did you have like a uncle that passed or like a little brother or something like that? And then they know right off the bat everything about that person. Those are the people that actually have the different wave frequencies. And the stronger the wave frequencies, the stronger you can actually connect with higher beings. So if you're in tune with your emotions and your feelings, you can actually connect with beings and different life on the other side. So okay, let's discuss it like this. Actually, I got a little story. So a couple months back, when like I was actually, you know, into me, doing everything that I could to up my health levels and be happier, such as working out, meditating, eating right, doing all the necessities to make sure that my well being was okay. Um, my wife actually was Snapchatting me during my workout. So I work out, or sorry, I meditate before and after my workout. I meditate before to get my mind right, to get my mentality right, to get everything going so I can push forward through the workout. And then I meditate right after so I can level out myself to finish the day. So I'm not like completely exhausted or like gassed out by the end of the day. Um, but I was messaging her, got Snapchat from her and all that stuff. And I took a picture and my eyes were glowing blue. And I know that sounds crazy. Like it sounded crazy to me too. I was like, ain't no fucking way. But my eyes were glowing blue. And I was like, maybe I had a filter on. So I looked back at the picture and there was no filter. So I was like, okay. Um, and she noticed it as well. So she was like, take another picture just to make sure, wipe your camera and everything, make sure there's no filters on. I said, all right. So um, I wiped the camera, made sure that it was clean, and I took another picture. Eyes are still glowing blue. And I was like, okay, now this is like concerning me. I was like, am I about to stroke out or something? Fast forward to like, I want to say a couple days after that picture was taken. I go to work and I have a good friend that's actually really good about those things. So, I asked her, sent her the picture, tell her what I was doing, when I was taking the picture and all that stuff. She actually gave me a good description of what was going on. Um, so, what she said was my vibrations. Like I said, keep that in mind. Uh, my vibrations were at a higher pitch because of me working on myself and working on my spiritual self. So my eyes glowing blue was a meaning that I actually had somebody looking over me, and then she started going into all the details and all that stuff, and then you know she told me, which I have never told anybody but my wife about this. Uh, she told me, there was a woman that was like looking after me and all that stuff. That was like over my shoulder, but you know, she had a good glow to her, a good vibe. Like she was protecting you, like she or you were her favorite. And she was like, "Did you have like anybody that you were like really close to that was a female?" And I was like, "Uh, yeah, yeah, I did." And this is the creepy part, right? So you know, we start talking, and she was like, did she always tell you to like take out the trash or something like that? Immediately, I was like, "Woo, this is getting serious." Started creeping now. I'm getting goosebumps now. Um, but I was like, "Yeah, you know." That was my Trina. That was like the closest person to me. Like I would go down to her house, which she only lived in this building next to me. So I would like after school, I would go straight to her house instead of going to my house, which got me in trouble all the time. But I really didn't care because I wasn't a troublemaker. I did everything I was supposed to. I just didn't like going home first. I like checking up on her. Well, so that once she died, that was like it hit me really hard, like really hard, to where I was like, it's my fault. I should have been there because this was the first time that I actually moved to college. First of all, like I lived all the way in West Tennessee. I moved all the way to East Tennessee to go to college. And when there was something wrong with her, I was always, the one that would be there just in case. And, I took that burden on me and that guilt. And I was like, I shouldn't have moved that far. I could have saved her and all that stuff. So about 2 solid years, I weighed that on me. And my friend at my job was like, reassuring me. She was like, it's not your fault. She wants you to like keep going and stay calm. She said everything happens for a reason. And she was like, she's proud of me. Immediately dropped in tears. Uh, but after that, I started focusing more on myself. I kept going. I kept doing all of this um, for the sake of my family and the people that I want to protect. And like ever since that moment or that time, I actually feel I feel comfortable. You know, like I feel safe. Like somebody is looking out for me while I like going through all of this, trying to make a better life for my family, make a better future for my kids, and all that. Um, so that's what got me on. This what made me want to make the first episode of the podcast about frequencies. So, um, the higher your frequency is, the more you can connect with other beings of life. And but it does take years of practice. I have researched that. Right here, actually, it says each vibration has a frequency. When it comes to spiritual vibrations, it said that these frequencies occur on a scale from low to high. The higher your frequency, the more you can connect with spiritual and higher beings beyond Earth. And which I think that is crazy. But if we can do that, what else do you think we can do? Like, it's technically a superpower. You think about it, like you can connect with things that you can't see nor hear, but depending on how in control you are of your frequency and your vibrations, you can basically have full on conversations. Like, I think that's interesting. Now, so far, I haven't been able to debunk anything. I haven't been able to see anything that's fake about it, but I'm also saying that, I have my own experience. And I'll actually show a picture whenever I do have the time. I'll show a picture in the podcast about what I did and the picture that I took, and I'll let y'all, see if y'all can debunk that. But I couldn't, and I took two pictures, so I'll send both of them in the video. But it's like there's things that we can't explain. There's also things that I feel like the world hides from us, and it's not really the world; it's more the government. And the more we can get in tune with ourselves, the more that we can understand the world we live in. Like, go outside, go in nature, meditate, you know, uh, do things that you love, that makes you happy, that makes you understand who you are. Don't let anybody, and I mean anybody, let you stray away from yourself. Because at the end of the day, you close your eyes, you turn off your ears, you lose all your senses, right? You will be the only person that knows your surroundings, your awareness, and your well being. No one else, no one else can know how you're feeling. You open your eyes, and then you have a bunch of people around you. But if you close your eyes again, it's only you, you know? So sometimes it takes us to close our eyes and understand ourselves before we open our eyes to a world that we don't understand, you know? And, that's deep. That's really deep if you think about it. Like, take the time to actually think about what I just said. If you close your eyes, it's like you're in a room that's pitch black by yourself. You can't see anything. You can't see anybody in front of you. It's only you, but you know where you stand. Once you know where you stand, it's like a blind person. Um, a blind person adapts to their surroundings because they lack senses. Once they adapt to their environment, they start gaining other abilities, such as like echolocation. There actually is a guy that he's blind, but he's developed echolocation to where he like clicks his tongue and he can see like little images of where he is. So he can even ride a bike. That'll probably be another one that we'll make an episode about. But what I'm trying to say is humans are capable of far more than what people limit them to. And once you are able to pass that limitation, the world is your oyster. Like the world is going to guide you where you need to guide. And once you open your eyes, after you have understood yourself, after you have took time to question everything that's in you, look around you and then see the people who are on your level. See the people who you want to take along with you because you think that they're going to help you gradually get to your goal. So, even though it's turned to a motivation thing, I don't know why. Just take some time for yourself, Like, understand your vibration, see how far you can get into your spiritual self, And once you get that far into your spiritual self, see how much of the world you understand from there. See how far you can grow, how far you can accomplish, or how much you can accomplish in your life just by understanding who you are, you know? But anyways, let me get off of that. Let me get off that track. I can preach. But anyways, scrolling down to the next subject. Okay, so how this is explained is basic concept of vibrational frequency as a spiritual phenomenon is that our body is made up of molecules which are vibrating constantly and create electromagnetic energy waves. And the law of frequency says we can attract anything we want by resonating at the same vibrational frequency of our desires. Uh, so everything has a vibrational frequency. Every object, every thought, every emotion, every job, every house, every friend, every movie, every restaurant. Everything has a vibrational or vibration that it emits and receives. And so me touching this cup, right? It takes a certain vibration for me to physically touch this cup. If I am not in the same vibration of this cup, I'm not going to be able to touch it. Thus, saying it's the spooky season, even though it's a little bit after, it's November. But ghost, right? They're on a different vibration. Therefore, once they figure out themselves, they can actually connect with uh, Earth, people of the living. Therefore, they can manipulate objects like we do. They can move around. They can be seen, and depending on like how what's what I'm looking for, experience. We're gonna go with experience. They can even like manipulate you, and it's all about vibrations. The world is made of vibrations. The universe is made of vibrations, and it's just how you understand yourself. So once you get all that information in and you sink it in, what are your thoughts about the vibrations? Like the frequencies that you live in. Do you understand yourself more than you think you do? Do you think you can predict your future pretty well? Do you think you can predict others' future pretty well just because of their frequency? Um, for instance, like there's some people, and I know y'all know somebody that does this. They will say you go to a party, right? Excuse me. Say you go to a party, right? You're sitting in there, there's about 30, 40 people in there, turning up, music's cranking loud, drinks going everywhere, people smoking over here, people partying over there. And your friend's like, I don't like the vibe here. Like, something seems off. And you've been with this friend long enough to know, like, hey, when they seem off, something's wrong. So, y'all turn around, y'all ditch the party, y'all go back home, do y'all's own thing. Next thing you know, you see the next day in the news that that place got shot up. And it's like, was that a coincidence that your friend, had a bad feeling? Or do you think his vibration was off because of somebody else's energy that was given off to him or that was messing him up? Like, just think about that. How crazy does that sound? But at the same time, that could be a reason why some people can look at some people or just be in the same vicinity as them and they're like, I don't like them. I don't like them one bit. Like I'm the same way. Like I'm a generous guy. I'm a nice guy. I'll, dap you up. I'll say hey and all that stuff. But I know the difference between an enemy, a friend, and a acquaintance. Like I can tell you right now, I only have three real friends. Right off the top of my head, I have three real friends that I know that I can count on no matter what goes wrong. And then the rest of the people, because I get along with a lot of people, they're just acquaintances. Like they give off good vibes, but at the same time, I wouldn't trust them with deep secrets. I wouldn't trust them with anything that involves like putting my life in their hands. And then I know, people that are enemies, people that, I keep a certain distance to, people that I will look at and I'm like a whole different person because I don't want to show them the real me just in case like they try to do some fake shit or something like that. And it's like it's like you have an intuition, like their vibration or their frequencies off. That's their vibe. I feel like that's what we call vibe now. I don't like their vibe. I don't like how they're vibing right now and nothing like that. And it's like, what do you mean by that? I feel like they're talking about the vibrations, you know? Like I'm not vibing with them. And you think about that deeper. Vibrations, frequencies. Come on now. It's even in the name. Vibrations. Vibe. Vibrations. Somebody had to make it up because they figured it out. But we still got like 2 minutes. So I'm gonna keep going. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about it. Like, do you think that's where like the word vibe came from? Do you think that we can control our destiny if we can get more in tune with our vibrations of the universe and all that? Like if we can make one small stroke into our picture, do you think that's going to give us room for a bigger canvas? What I mean by that is by us getting in tune with ourselves, do you think there's going to be bigger opportunities spiritually, physically, emotionally, uh, all of that to increase and improve ourselves as humans? And once we do that, do you think we can affect the people around us? Like, once we get in tune with ourselves, is there a way that we can become so in control with our vibrations that we can affect how other people's or how other people think when they're around us? I just think about that. I know your mama always said, always be a leader, never a follower. And what if the only way that you can actually change how you are is if you can change physically, change how your vibrations react to other people? It gets deep. Like it gets deep. I think this is the first a good first episode, something to talk about and something to really get your head wrapped around for the week. So let me know what y'all think. Time is up, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But let me know what y'all think about it. Like, do you think that the word vibe came from vibrations? Do you think that, vibrations are something that connects with both spiritual and living things? Do you think vibrations can, or we can control our vibrations to where we can affect everybody around us and our group? Or just let me know what y'all think about it. Other than that, you know, I appreciate y'all for listening to the first podcast. It's been a good one. I actually enjoyed this topic, and let me know which one I need to do next. I'll definitely DM, or sorry, not DM. I'll definitely post some things, get another poll going on to see what I should do next week. Other than that, I'll see y'all next time.